Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to all. I hope you're doing well today. Yes. So today I'm going to be talking about some power moves. There's a lot happening and it's so subtle. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? I don't know. I did. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Let's get into it. So welcome everyone. Thanks so much for being here today. Now we know that we have most recently seen Catherine. Catherine has made an appearance with William on this very emotional public visit, and it was beautiful to see in terms of the couple together. Tragic in the circumstances as to why they were coming out for this very low-key public engagement. It said a lot. And I think for myself to see this happen, there's always more happening because there's a lot of choices and things that happen in the things that you do. And I'm going to talk to you about what I saw when I saw them on their public engagement and how it was such a power move that we should really look at it from a different perspective, because I'm sure you all have seen them come out. They were blasted on all the papers in the UK and they looked really well. Catherine looked really well. But this was an emotional pilgrimage Catherine had with her husband to support the Southport families. These were the three girls that lost their lives in July's knife attack. I did speak about it briefly at the time when it happened. So in this most recent public engagement, Catherine, she came with William to meet with the families of the three children that lost their lives in this attack. It was BB, Elsie, and Alice, three young girls, 6, 7, and 9 years old. They spent their time at this dance place. They had Catherine and William spent their time also meeting with the dance teacher, Leanne, who was also seriously injured, who shielded the youngsters as they were attacked by this knife man during this Taylor Swift themed summer holiday class. Afterwards, the couple spoke to the emergency responders who attended and helped on the day of the attack, with Princess Catherine hailing them as true heroes, and William called them true professionals. And what I want to bring your attention to are the pictures when you saw William and Catherine. First of all, Catherine looked beautiful. She looked no different. You wouldn't even tell she has undergone cancer treatment, but she looks really well. And she and William, they dressed alike, which for me is a first to see. They've probably done it in the past. I've just never seen it, but I saw this, and this was one of those things that it spoke to me, because it said, while they're there going and grieving the loss of these children, meeting with the families, the other message was the unity of William and Catherine, how they were dressed very similarly. They were color coordinated all the way down to the shoes. And that to me says something very powerful as a couple. It gives the impression that they are aligned in purpose, that they are strong together, and when they show up together, they make real, true impact. That's what it says to me. And I didn't hear anyone speak about this. I heard people mention that they were dressed similarly, but looking deeper under why they were dressed similarly is a lot more meaningful to talk about, because I think the Royals are very good at this. They are good at not saying anything, but doing their duty. But they definitely spoke the way they showed up that day. And I think it was so well received because they are authentic in their purpose. They showed up to really comfort people during a time of unimaginable pain. And It was their first public engagement for the princess since she had announced last month that she had completed her cancer treatment and that she would also undertake carefully calibrated future engagements because she doesn't want to overdo it. And that's respectable. I mean, that's to be expected, right? You don't want her to overextend herself. You still have to take it easy, although you are doing better. So apart from a small media contingency, this visit also was kept deliberately low-key as both the prince and princess wanted it to remain as discreet as possible out of respect to those involved. And that's right there shows you the authenticity of it, because we've seen Meghan show up. Okay, and I have to bring in the other scenario because that's what makes what Catherine and William do so powerful and so well. It's just how they have the example figured out in a very strong, impactful way. Because Meghan is very sloppy in how she comes out to do something similar. She shows up with cameras. Okay, tooting around like I'm here to support a tragedy. Film me while I'm grieving this tragedy. And then use it with her multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix as footage. That is such an abomination. But the thing is that people are caught up in it that still support Harry and Meghan. They don't see this. Because I'm sure if they did, they would have nothing to do with this woman. And this is why speaking out about it is so vital. Because a lot of people are being caught up in the hypocrisy, the egregious behavior, and the downright deplorable actions of Harry and Meghan, because Harry married this woman, so he's a part of it. Okay, he's part of it. So they showed up, Catherine and William, and they wanted to keep it low profile, and that I think is really good on them to do that. It is understood that it was important for them to go now 3 months later after this event had happened to show the people. This is also key to show the people of Southport that they have not been forgotten and that they'll continue to stand by the community, today and in the future. In the future. That's key. You got to stay with me, folks, because I'm talking things that matter. Okay? Now, what makes that so important is because they are there in the community of the people that pay taxes for their lifestyle, for the people that support the monarchy and the work that they do. That's why it's important that they are physically there to support the people. Because once again, Harry and Meghan aren't there. Where are Harry and Meghan, mind you? Where are they? Living amongst the rich and the famous in Montecito, isolated, secluded from the others. Secluded from the people that give them their Sussex title. They are using that title, living a rich commercial lifestyle that has nothing to do with the people in which that title brings meaning. Catherine and William are there in the country, traveling around to see the people because they're there to support them and in the future. And that is going to be key for the next thing that I'm going to talk about the future. So William and Catherine's Royal Foundation made a donation to the National Police and Wellbeing Services fundraiser to help fast-track psychological and physical rehabilitation for police and ambulance personnel who were involved in the attack and the subsequent riots. Now, this is also extremely key because not only are they showing up, but they're making meaningful donations to continue the work and to improve that things get better. Because if you've noticed, when Meghan showed up for that Children's Hospital gala in Los Angeles, where she talked about supporting them, no, she didn't. It was a big fat lie, and I'm going to do a video on it. But I just want you to know, they did not support that endeavor. But Meghan lied and said she did. That's going to be later. But it's meaningful work what Catherine and William are doing. Now, we do know that Catherine did hold a meeting in private with a young girl who is a photographer, giving her this up-close personal time to be with her and William. She only has so many months to live. At the same time, I think looking optimistically on people and their health is a better way than saying they don't have much time to live, because, you know, we're all dying. Every single one of us is dying. It's just that they've been able to pinpoint approximately when this woman will die. But, you know, realistically, a lot of us, we don't know when we're going to die. Nobody knows when they're going to die. Nobody. Okay? So it just was a way to look at it optimistically from my viewpoint. But anyway, the young girl's name is Liz Hatton. She's 16 years old. And it was Catherine's first actual public engagement since then. So, yes, and that was more low-key private. So you can see Catherine is starting to come out more and to show herself in a very meaningful way. Catherine also made a private visit a few weeks ago to watch the English National Ballet's matinee show of Gazelle at Sadler's Wells Theatre in London, and posted on social media about the moving and inspiring performance. And the princess also hopes to join her family on Remembrance Sunday. I think that's just amazing, and it's so nice to see. And, you know, when you look at this and you look at the work of William and Catherine, they're in the country in which their work is most beneficial and supported by the people that pay their taxes. They also have their visits to the Commonwealth. We know King Charles is also going to be visiting Australia. So there's just a lot with the royal family and what they're doing. And also, Catherine and William, it looks like, have reapplied for their charity trademarks for the Royal Foundation. They're looking to possibly launch a U.S. charity amid mental health focus. This is so important and key, because it's showing us as well another power move with William and Catherine, because Harry and Meghan, we see that they are doing things just lollyfooting around with this Archwell Foundation, which has some serious issues around its tax filings, okay? I'm going to talk about later, but they are definitely not doing the work the way Catherine and William would do work. It's completely different. And William and Catherine are looking to start something in the States where they are going to have possibly run races, support mental health. They're getting trademarks on things and to make their application stay viable so that they can keep things, you know, like, okay, we're going to be doing something soon. So I'm sure it's also giving Harry and Meghan cause to pause and like, okay, well, what you going to do in America? We have America. William and Catherine are global. They are trying to do things outside of the UK as well, but still live their lives as royalty within the United Kingdom, of course, but to also have an impact on other countries. And I believe this is really going to make Harry and Meghan continue to lose any support, because the work that Catherine and William do succeeds. It over impacts the way Harry and Meghan are trying to make an impact. Because as you have noticed, Meghan has not been with Harry on all of these things that he has been doing. He's been alone because he sees his popularity declining. He is running afraid and scared that he is losing his influence. And this is why he goes around and makes these senseless, non-effective ways of talking to different people and organizations. But what is his true impact? Is he making a significant donation that's supposed to help these people? Or is it just a bunch of wah, 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 wah? What is it? It's certainly not the power moves that William and Catherine are able to do. Their work is so much more significant and meaningful. And that is what Harry and Meghan are afraid of, because they want to be that in America. They want to have their superstar power, royal life. Well, Meghan really does in America. If Catherine and William now start work with charities in America, do you know what a game changer that would be for Harry and Meghan? That would be huge, because then you would get all the really powerful, high-profile people definitely coming out for events and things that William and Catherine will do. That's why the impact on what Harry and Meghan are trying to do is so not significant for it to have huge outcomes and impact. Because Meghan is so controversial. They're so not well liked and received. I mean, even at the event where Harry was receiving an award, the mother of who this award was named after knew he's too divisive. They're not going to bring anything meaningful to the table to help people. It's like, stay away. We don't want you. And now William and Catherine look to be doing work in the States around charity work. Do you know how that will blow Harry and Meghan off the American landscape? Like, it's like they're just going to be blown away. Like, go, be gone with you. We don't need you. Here is the real royalty here now in America. Okay. We got the real royals now. Harry and Meghan don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. This is such a power move because they haven't exactly said when they're going to do what. They've just reapplied for their application so it doesn't lapse. Okay, let's just keep it valid because we're coming. And I believe this has got Meghan especially really concerned. As we can see, most recently, Harry has extended his time abroad. He is not looking to come back anytime soon. I even heard some rumor that he was even visiting the hurricane relief efforts in Tampa, Florida right now. I don't know if that is true or not, but if it is, yeah, we got problems in Montecito. We got some serious problems. So at this point, it just looks like William and Catherine are showing up in their harmony of dressing alike together for some very tragic event in the area of Southport that has really shown that they are making power moves together. They are in sync. They are dressed in a way that shows they are aligned in purpose. And it really shows you the complete opposite of Harry and Meghan, no longer aligned in purpose, with Meghan staying in California doing the Hollywood thing and Harry off trying to skitty-scat around doing somewhat royal type of things. I mean, it just makes Harry and Meghan look so off kilter. It makes them look so not aligned when you see the alignment of William and Catherine come out in a way that shows out in a very strong way their focus and support for the community and the efforts that they are able to make to give back in a very meaningful way, which we don't see Harry and Meghan doing. Meghan and Harry are so off with what they're doing. It's like, don't even show up to the race, okay? Just don't show up. You don't have a chance. William and Catherine are keeping it real in a way that shows us they have got it together and they are making power moves without having to say anything. They just showed up and was like, oh, okay. Yo, look at y'all. Oh, yeah, that's a couple right there that is saying something and doing something meaningful. That's what that shows me. Harry is being iced out of royal life and he knows it. He is afraid. And Meghan knows it too because she's got her plans without Harry. Okay? So you look at what is happening and you can see you can just see how it is, the way they do it, the royals do it with their advisors and how they are able to just come out and be so present in a way that is so well aligned. You just have to go, yeah, look at them. Look, there they go. That is something to watch. And then you look over here at Harry and Meghan, you're like, that is a shame. Just shame. And that's what I say. All right, everyone. That's all I have for this one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.